you think that if Peter Obi had won the election, 2023 presidential election, he had become president, there could have been a change in all of this?
If Peter Obi had won, you probably would have seen a better Nigeria than what we are seeing today. Number one, he will not be as nepotistic as this government. He won't. It's not in him. That is just who we are. We feel for the other people.
Courts are probably going to be jettisoned. Those are extra legal means or political means.
The Nnamdi Kanu was extraordinary rendition to Nigeria. The Supreme Court has even accepted that. And what we have been doing is, rather than continuing through the court process, let us take it outside of that. What has Nnamdi Kanu done that Igboho did not do? Think about it. Yet, Igboho is walking free today. Is it shouting or you're screaming? They've said all that. Even Igboho went the other day to London to say, oh, I'm going to submit a letter to the Prime Minister or to the King of England or whatever. We want to have our own nation. What has happened to him? You never had anything from the Nigerian government.
So Nnamdi Kanu has been treated unfairly. Is that what you mean?
Of course. And this is the issue now. The Southeast, 5 states, 50 ministers. A state like Ogun State has 4 ministers. The whole Southeast, just that 5. And so when people continue to look at this unequal treatment, you just give fuel to these people who continue to say they don't like us, they don't treat us well, they don't do all that. So, and I went and I've been talking to the powers that be. And I can also use this opportunity to talk to the powers that be. When President Tinubu became president, one of his first acts was to change the national anthem. In the national anthem, there is a line that says that we want to build a nation where no man is oppressed. So if you're from the Southeast and you see that you're just being given, okay, the Constitution says you must get one, and then you ask yourself, am I being oppressed or not? So I think that fairness, equity is the fundamental thing. And for every Igbo, note it, for every Igbo, a true born Igbo, there is something that is innate in us. In Igbo, it is said, Egbe bere, ugo bere, let the kite perch and let the eagle perch. Let no one disturb the other. So we are known for fairness.
So the thing,
that's just the point.
You're talking as though the Southeast has been subdued.
No, there is a deliberate policy, whether it is advertent or inadvertent. What people do when you come out of a war, when you have all this type of thing, when you want to have inclusiveness, you bend over backwards to make people feel that they are also part of this polity. And I say, and I repeat, you cannot have in your national anthem where you say, where no man is oppressed, and you continue to oppress a group of people. All you do
so the South is an oppressed people.
I'll tell you one thing, Seun, from Lagos to Ibadan, from Abuja to Kaduna is about 100 and something kilometers. Is that not so? Mm. From Onitsha to Enugu is 120 kilometers. 60 checkpoints. How can you have that? The whole of the Southeast is the most policed area in the world. From Owerri to Aba, which is just barely 36 or 37 kilometers, you will find 30 checkpoints. Every 1 kilometer you have a checkpoint.
Isn't it because of the unrest and some
How
of the
can it
violence?
be because of the unrest? Yeah, they are not unrest everywhere. You have unrest from here to Kaduna.
Are you saying there is a deliberate
I say it's
militarization
a
of the
very
region?
deliberate, and we have shouted, we have screamed, we have told the military, look, there's something that is going on in the southeast today that is the worst that you can ever see. You're coming out in a transport vehicle. Nobody will check the transport vehicle. You come to an army checkpoint, they will just say, everybody come out and walk. Whether it's raining, whether the people are sick, whether it is, why do you have to do that? And this is in this country. It doesn't happen anywhere else.
How can this wrong be?
That is the point. The only way it can be corrected is that the people in authority, if the IG makes an instruction today and says, I want you to dismantle all these illegal checkpoints, because I call them illegal, they will, of course, do it. But then what happens is that, Port Harcourt to Owerri, you continue going through checkpoints, and at every checkpoint you pay.
Wouldn't you be allowing all these unknown gunmen to
That is the point. So why is it that these unknown gunmen still operate with all these checkpoints? You ask yourself that question.
There seems to be a bigger picture about the perception of the Saudis, and I'll get to some of the liberalness that a lot of people perceive does not exist in the region. First and foremost, do you think that if Peter Obi had won the election, 2023 presidential election, he had become president, there could have been a change in all of this?
If Peter Obi had won, you probably would have seen a better Nigeria than what we are seeing today. Number one, he will not be as nepotistic as this government. He won't. It's not in him. That is just who we are. We feel for the other people.
So you think the Tinubu government is highly nepotistic?
I say so. I don't think so. I'm seeing it, and we see it every day. And I've just given you one example. How can Ogun State have 4 ministers?
Well, Tinubu is not from Ogun State.
That is the point. So why does he favor Ogun State? Look, Oyo State has only 1 minister. Ask yourself that. What is it that he's doing?
Is it the right time for the Igbos and the people of the Southeast extraction to sit down and rethink their politics?
No. See what we're doing, Sean, because everybody continues to say that, why don't you think you're well? No. We have decided, and I'm part of those who have said that, let us go back to the Southeast and revamp the Southeast and make it more livable, better, more cohesive, and hold ourselves together. Because it's obvious that if we continue to look at whoever comes to be president, to look at us and do right, apart from Obasanjo and maybe Jonathan, I do not think that we have seen that same type of fairness.
Perhaps where we are like to anchor is that there is also a perception that the Igbos are not liberal enough to accommodate.
It is, in fact, the Igbos are the most liberal people.
Unlike the fact that that those who feel that if you find in any town, if you do not find an Igbo man in a town, be worried because they are so commerce-centric that you find them virtually in every place in the country, in the far north, in the down south.
So why don't you say the right thing, which is the Igbos are the most Nigerianistic of all Nigerians, because we move everywhere, we live everywhere.
Until you want to buy land in Igbo land. That is the perception.
No, that perception is totally wrong. And I'll just give you just one small example. I come from a village called Ohono. The next village to mine is Omuago, and it is exactly 5 kilometers from the city of Aba. We were doing a road past that place, and the road was depressed, so they needed somewhere to. The contractors were looking for land where they could do a sinkhole so that they could move water to that place. We looked around and we found one land. Do you know who owned that land? Adekunle Ganiu, a Yoruba man, inside a village in my hometown. Adekunle Ganiu. He has 2 houses there and has a 3rd plot. It was that plot that we wanted to buy to discharge water into, and he said no, that he's not selling it because that he's going to build another house there. He's already built 2 houses in my village. So when people say all this, nobody goes there, I say, it's not true. Not true.
So the South is
you can come to the South
liberal.
and you can do everything.
Yeah.
We are liberal, and I mean the example. Never mind what they heard in Arise about T.O.S. Benson. What happened with T.O.S. Benson? What? He came to ask for land, and the people said, "You are our in-law," and our people have a saying, "Ogo Uchionye." Your in-law is your God, is your own person. We can't sell land to you because you're our brother. Rather, we donate land to you. They donated land to him.
All right.
And the story now ended that they didn't give him land. They didn't say that they donated that land.
All right.
It's like me. If I want land in my village where I live, it was donated to me by my...
All right, Senator.